Six boys are playing sweet. And the QRC boys we go to beat. We have youth.
And we have confidence.
We also have us in the defense. When you hear the score,
we go get them another 4.
Well, viewers, just enjoy myself with the boys from back in the day. Thank you for being here. This is part 3 of Legends of Dum Basel Matthews, Legacy of Dum Basel Matthews. Let me take time to introduce these guys. It's been fun, and we've been having some fun, and you've been just letting you into some of our fun, all the way down to the end. Renrick Hines. Renrick, welcome.
Thank you very
Tell
much.
the viewers a little bit about Renrick.
Well, Renrick is what I say, Renrick himself, you know, he has been...
What you been up to?
Well, part of the listening to sports, you know, my take now is just watching sports and think I'm retired now and think sports, football, and so on is one of my main thing these days. I listen to watch all the sports on television, and I'm always compared with our football at Benedict's, which I believe that there's a little bit more for improvements and so on. Benedict's was my thing, football, which I love dearly, and so I'm glad to see that.
You had to see the boys again and be here.
Well, that is a fact.
All right, we thank you and we welcome, and we're glad to have you, Renrick.
Thank you.
Next to Renrick is my good old buddy from way back. We run track, we play football, we did everything, we compete against each other. Kenny Joseph, we call him KJ. Welcome, KJ.
Yeah, right. Well, St. Benedict's is really made me what I am. From day one, when I saw this man with the gong, Dum Basel, came down to Point Fortin and he said, hey, you, one of the guys I need up there. That started off, right? I feel that football and St. Benedict's, like that was meant to be like that. Benedict's and football is St. Benedict's. I mean, we're not leaving out the academic part of it, but I enjoyed my life and my time right now. I put everything on St. Benedict's shoulder. You know? That's what it is.
We're glad to have you. Next to KJ is the ever popular Jan Stedman. And Jan, welcome back again, buddy.
Thank you to be here. It's a pleasure to be here. A pleasure to meet most of my players that I haven't seen in years. St. Benedict's was our love, our home. I met these guys in St. Benedict's College, and today we are still good friends. Last year we met at your home in New York, and we had a good thing going. And I am pleased. Yeah, I'm pleased.
Happy to see them.
Yeah, I'm happy.
All right. Next, on my left here, I've got 2 gentlemen, and I'm going to start with closest to me, Adrian Chandler. Adrian, welcome to the set.
Thanks for the invitation again, Steve. For me, it's always been a pleasure to meet these guys. A couple of them I haven't seen for some time. I can only remember positive things related to these fellas in my life. And thanks again once for the invitation.
I'll be glad to have you. And next to Adrian, the bird, it's the plane. It's Alan Cupid. Alan, I can only remember you flying all over the place, man. And you were such a brilliant goalkeeper. Welcome to the set, and tell the viewers a little bit about you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. In my lifetime, nothing has surpassed Dum Basel Matthews, because one Saturday he just appeared in Forest where I grew up, and the rest is history. Come to college. So I thought I was the only person that got the scholarship. The Monday morning, everybody from Point was there. Archie, Dilly, Kenny, Bede, the whole gang.
Right.
That was the starting of St. Benedict's heyday.
Right.
Because he always said football was our weapon to be heard in Trinidad. So we had to take it serious. It was a way of life for us.
All right, gentlemen. Well, first, viewers, this is the period from 1964 to 1968 that we covered on Dum Basel Matthews. So anybody before that, feel we didn't mention it, I'm telling you guys now, it's a period from 64 to 68 that we cover, which we have won the championship every single year, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. We have lost intercol 64 and 68. But 65, 66, and 67, we have won those. All right? So I'm just prepping you, viewers, for what we're going to talk about. When I first saw Dum Basel, he was such a structure, man. Big, tall, with a gong. I thought Christ had come down in front of me and standing in front of me, man. So he's always in that image to me, supernatural, bigger than life, kind of. And that's how I feel about him, all right? So I want you guys to free up yourself. Barbershop discussion. Let's talk about some good times with Dum and what he's meant to us and what he's done with Trinidad football, with you guys going to different countries and giving you guys the opportunity to get an education and also become great footballers, right? Anybody can start. I don't even want to throw the question. Tell me anything you want to tell me. Tell the viewers. Let's hear what you think about it.
Well, I would say that Dum Basel, that's my father. I mean, my father name is Peter Joseph, but my father is Dum Basel Matthews. You understand? And the psychological part in the game, Dum actually, we had coaches. I was with August Uta, and Brenner. Those two coaches I passed through St. Benedict's. But after the coaches spoke to us, Dum will come and say some kind of thing that make you feel like you have to destroy something crazy used to be going through my mind. Really, honestly. I'd never had that before, playing with Trinidad team, with no other team, defense force, and nobody else. That only happened with St. Benedict's.
We never felt we could lose.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way. I remember my father come and watch that game, that same game, I think when the stand broke down. And when I was going out, he said, Kenny! And I would look and see him, and like he was trying to tell me something. I just kept straight going, Every time we go to play a game, on the way up in the bus, after Dum's, first thing I must say, before every game, we go into a room, individually. The whole team is there, individually. One person at a time goes in there, when you meet this Dum Basel, Father Dum Basel Matthew, with a Bible, right there, and he's saying, repeat after him, and he will tell you. We're going to beat Fatima today. We will never give up until Fatima drops, so help me God.
Yeah.
Things like that. When you do something, you come back out. You say, Archie, your turn. Anybody asks you a question, hey, you're not even asking. Jan will say, Kenny, I ain't saying nothing.
Right.
Archie going in, I guess it's the same thing. And Cupid and whoever it is will be the same thing, And Wuta will give the plan, all the structure and thing, that is, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and who are we going to... And Dum will use a remark like, hey, listen, we can't wait till it's too dark, Gali too black. We have to score early. That man, Gali, if we wait late, he could do it to us. Little thing, little things like that will hint us, right? That will make us say, yes. And you go out there. So I feel to myself, Trinidad should have utilized Dum Basel to the fullest in putting him up there to have everything organized. He was ahead of us. He was ahead of all who was wrong at that time. As far as I'm concerned, this is it, And to come, I got injured, right? I will never forget that. I was home. And before even any player come and check me out, the first man, thing, my mother said, a priest, he had died Dum Basel. He out there, come on my bed, take up my ankle, But this thing is got wide gone. And Robin say, hey, you know you had to play next week. You know you had to play next week.
I
You know?
remember. I remember the Dum come down, short pants, Chinese bandlon,
Telling you, man.
with a plan. He said, dream this plan, WM formation. So we had to study this plan. Trinidad used to play 4-2-4. He said, nah, WM.
WM.
Then he changed it to 4-3-3. He said, nah, we have too much talent, too much skills. Total football, triangle. Destroy everybody. But before Wouter, nobody mentioned Claude Morris came. We used to call him River Vine.
River Vine.
River Vine.
River Vine,
Claude
yeah.
Morris was
Yeah.
there for a little while because...
Went Suriname with him.
Right. After that, Delbert Charlo was there, you know. He came, Delbert Charlo was...
But he was after them.
No, but after Wouter.
Wouter.
Because after Wouter left, but we had several players, but we had the foundation for Wouter because he taught us flair, style, love of the game, because we had that drive from the Dum.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was a spirit that flowed. We remained brothers for life. Because you had to kiss that cross and swear to fight the enemy till the drop.
You know, I remembered, and I taken something from Kenny's cue when he spoke of the game at Skinner Park, and for me, I remember that for more than one reason. And as Kenny said, and the guys will tell you, the Dum was the last person to would have spoken to us anytime we go out, before we go to the field. So here we are ready and prepared to go and play this game after what
After the coach.
After what have all day, and what the coach would have told us. The Dum would have spoken to you last. Before you go to the field, the last person you would hear the Dum. And that game at Skinner Park, incidentally, I wish there were 30,000 people. This was a report afterwards. And when I came out of the dressing room, walking onto the field, there were people from the dressing room to the field itself. Right. And I saw no one. I did not see anybody on the day.
Yeah, you're right.
Focused.
I was so focused.
Yeah.
And I think that the other guys will tell you that's exactly probably what happened to them, as Kenny was saying just now, because that is what it was. And I was so keyed up and so anxious to go and play. You know, I saw nobody on that day. When I was coming back, you know, I saw nothing. All I knew on that day,
But you know,
we had to go on.
strange enough, you know what time we left Laramie to go to San Fernando? 2 o'clock. Because it was so much people. It was like people came to see good football and some couldn't see who could beat St. Benedict's College. The crowd was so dense that it took us that time to get to Skinner Park. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, that, just remembering that time, it bringing chills to my spine.
To me, Dum Basel was the greatest psychologist I came
You're
over.
right, like that.
He was a psychologist that he psych us up. And, you know, he will tell us things like you said, he will make us swear, we'll swear to God that we will not give up, things like that. When the Dum talk to you, you felt like you're strong, that spiritual awareness, you know, you're just there, you take that. And it was like, hey, you know, we used to have you mesmerized. Put it like that. And I figure out, when I played for Trinidad, the national team, we were given that respect because of Dum Basel. From the national players and the coaches, because if we were not good, we were not going to be on that national team. Because the whole national team was based on Port of Spain players.
You remember when they picked Trinidad College's team? Benedict's represented Trinidad College's team. He
Yes.
played in Naparima jersey and presentation socks. Monty Basil was the reserve because they couldn't just break this team up. And that is...
Yeah, not easy. But let me tell you something, right? Steve, professional football for me started in St. Ben's.
Right.
That's the bottom line. Because, I mean, on the commons down there, where we call it the commons, that's the ground down there. We had all the
gallows.
mattresses,
The gallows.
and whatever, the gallows. And we had a ball, everybody had a ball. I mean, it wasn't like 3 balls, 4 balls. You know, like everybody had their own ball.
Every year.
He brought everybody
we come
together
up,
to
and in
live.
the night, if we sleep down there in the night, 9 o'clock, we ponging ball like
Right
that.
through.
You know what I mean?
Yes, yes,
So, the professional attitude
Started
that we
it.
started right there.
Right
You know,
there,
you get
right there.
food free.
Food, right.
You know, you have a game, you put there, you
But
make
we,
sure you
we
take
had
your
to,
money.
we used to run to Skinner Park.
Yeah, from Laramie.
Follow the bus, run
Yeah,
to Laramie
yeah.
from Skinner Park. I had to reach back first because I was the official chef for the guys. Andrew used to make lemonade and squeeze and drop the lemon. I said, what craziness, lemon skin in the drink itself. But we had that chemistry, and before, he said, listen, I got to get these guys together to live, breathe, sleep football.
And we did that.
Yes,
Of
that we
course.
did.
Yeah, we did that.
So, well, let me explain. Viewers, you got it. They lived in the commons. They slept
we
there.
slept
They
there,
lived together.
yes,
They
yes,
eat,
we lived
they
there.
sleep. They play football. They did everything together. Heinz, let me let you get a word in here, buddy, because them guys were ready to explode.
Yeah, well, what I will say is having fond memories of Benedict's College and the Dum has played such an important part in my life that I was able to leave school. I was able to leave Benedict's College, and I was able to get myself involved in anything that from football, from Benedict's, I was able to impart that in the workplace because
Into life,
from
yes.
from Benedict's College, I went to work in Texaco, and it helped me to be a better person just because of being part of this Benedict's, how they call culture, right? Which I always remember. And I believe that not only, or you always talk about football alone, but I will also talk about cricket. Alan,
Yes.
And myself.
Adrian,
I
John,
played, yeah.
Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
My
Cricket and
first,
all
my
these-
first
yes.
Trinidad Blazer
Yes.
Was that
was I represented Trinidad and Tobago in football, schools. Leroy and I. We
And
went to
cricket.
Barbados.
Cricket.
Cricket, I mean cricket,
yes.
right? And we
Yes,
went to
it was not
Barbados
only
and I
football
got MVP
alone,
on the
as we
tour,
also
won a
are
bat
playing,
from Everton
right?
Weeks, right? So it was a twofold thing with us. You know, Adrian. And
I also went on to Trinidad team, a national team, and a 19 team through cricket as well. You know, and I think all that, my reaching there, I think the Dum would have laid all this
All
many
these
years ago.
foundation for us,
From
you know, in the
attitude,
discipline of
you know.
sports.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, but let's structure this a little bit. Let's talk 64. So I will take a break now. When we come back, we will pick up what happened in 64 and we move forward. Viewers, we'll be right back after the short break.
Worldwide Safety Consultants Limited offers solutions to your immediate and future potential problem areas by providing you with a qualified team of safety consultants. Worldwide Safety Consultants Limited, building a reputation on quality and value since 1999. Located 23 Todd Street, San Fernando, Trinidad. Phone 868-657-1534 or 868-788-6955. worldwidesafety@yahoo.com.
Be viewing Monday, 14th March for part 3 of The Legacy of Dum Basel Matthew, as host Steve David speaks with former members of the 1960s St. Benedict's football team.
The Benedict boys
boys
are
are
playing sweet.
Boom.
And the QRC boys we going to beat. We have youth.
And we have confidence.
We also have
us
a
on
solid
the
defense.
defense.
When you hear the score,
We go get them another 4.
well, viewers, just enjoy. Okay, welcome back, viewers. You're watching Field of Dreams on Axe Television Network, and before the break, we were about to talk about the '64 when Benedict's broke out to be the powerhouse in college football, winning 5 years in a row, winning the championship in 5 years in a row, losing 2 intercalls on '64 and '68. But other than that, they won everything. So I'm going to open it up again, guys, to when you came in '64. Most of you, well, Jana and Adrian, you came in before.
Yeah, we came in 63.
And then after that, the rest came in. So, okay, so let's open it up to 64 and when we move forward. So, let's hear some.
Well, I came in 64 after Forest Colts played Shell Colts to open SFL, of which Dum was a part. Ken Galt was the president at that time. And that is when I got my scholarship to come to St. Benedict's. I was 15. But Mervyn Joseph was still there. But they were going out August, that was it. So Wouter was there and I went and tried out with the junior team. But after I fly a couple times, he said, nah, no junior team for you, top of the line. But I had this vision from watching English football that every goalkeeper in the night used to say with a cap. So I was the first to bring that cap into football.
Yeah.
Because the team had flair, we had style in that we had pants cut with a V to the side.
Right.
We never used rubber bands on your socks.
Right.
We tie them, you know. We use shin guards and bandage, all that stuff Wouter brought because we were a professional team at that time.
Right.
Notwithstanding that we used to get paid for every goal that we scored
Right.
at that time. So I remember the Dum didn't know how good this team was, the nucleus of players that he had, how good we were. So we played Texaco with Terry Lane and we beat them 7-1. The Dum was shocked. He said, man, we got to make a tour. Everybody said, we're going to Tobago, let's go to Tobago. He said, nah, if you go to Tobago, we're going to go to teach football. Let's go where we could learn football. So the prize was us going to Martinique. And that is when we went to Martinique and played with Jabatis, and we played Good Luck and Golden Star.
Different story.
But it is when we, as Alan was saying,
how we got there.
how we get to Martinique.
Yeah.
I remember we, at the conclusion of the season, when we had beaten everybody,
Right.
and the Dum said, well, you're not the champs. So we looked at each other, and of course, we wanted to know what the Dum was talking about. And said, Dum, what, we don't know what he said. Yes, you all under the champs. And Leroy said, well, Father, who are the champs? He said, yeah, now you all know there is a Champion of Champions series as on. He said, yes. He said, well, the champ of that competition is the Defense Force. If you all beat them, you all will be the champs. So, boy, as he was just completing his sentence, Leroy said, well, Father, arrange the game now. You understand? And he did. He organized it for us to play Defense Force in Garakara Park with 6 national players.
Right.
I'm talking about Defense Force. And that was when he said, okay, you know something? If you all win, we go in Martinique.
But
the entire team was in Martinique.
Don't forget the charge 10 cents to come in that game.
A month after that. You understand?
That was
so that,
the business spot, you know?
I want to say that to say this. The Dum always challenged us to be better than you are. You see where we went to Suriname? When he said, if once you want to win the league, the team going to Suriname, and we went to Suriname as well, you know? So that he was always prepared, you know, to offer an incentive to the fellas, and that was, you know, that was one of the things that he did. So that one of my most fond memories of that team was in 65. That team we had about 9 players from that team who went on to represent the senior national team. Some of the fellas still while in school. Alan was the goalkeeper. Leroy. There was the right wing who was
Dick.
No, John was one of John was one of those as well. Leroy,
KJ.
Dick, Warren,
Archie.
and KJ. The following year, Wilfred came on and
Dick Furlong?
Not Dick Furlong. I called Dick already. Lawrence Rondon.
Right.
So we had on that team, we had 8 people who went on to the senior national team, you know. So that was most historic because I don't know of any other team that would have done that before, and certainly they haven't done it since.
Yeah. that's
So
right.
it's, I think it's you know, it's a time that, or a team that I really felt most proud about, you understand? And I want to say something about John, about my relationship with him on the team. I remember John was a fella who never skylark and think about anything, you know, and John was one of the fellows who are more serious. And he would always say, when we go out to a place, say, Adrian, hear this, nobody coming through here. You understand? I say, John, if you say that, well, that's it, you know?
Yeah, when John was the back and all
That is how we should train.
Yes.
Yeah.
John will say,
Yeah.
I know I played left wing. John, you understand? John was defense, you know. And of course, he needs some more choice words that I can't use here.
Yeah.
You want to tell me that? You understand?
Yeah.
So I knew that nobody was coming through his left side at all, and including Gali coming whenever we played Fatima.
Right.
John say, if it's anybody who coming here, not Gali, you know.
Right.
And I don't remember Gali ever playing good against St. Benedict's, and I think that would have been one of the main
You
reasons.
remember this
Yeah.
when we play Army? Charlie started Bruce.
Oh yes, I.
Laga come back and play left back and put John up front because Charlie bruising people. The first second of the game, we leading 1-0 because Lincoln at the edge of the box directing traffic. Can he pick up? Boom goal.
Over. I remember that
From
one.
half field.
Yep.
In the first 5 minutes of the game, we leading 3-0, you know. Then Jerry Bong said, listen, these guys serious. This is no fed game. This is no practice game. This is a serious thing. Because Guacara Park sold out. 10 cents a man. People like rain.
Well, remember, you guys had the physical presence, though. Jan was strong. Cupid, you, KJ, well, oh Lord,
Yeah.
KJ was, when KJ run, the whole earth used to shake.
But Ken,
know
you
what I'm
know,
saying?
Steve,
You
did you
guys
know
had
Kenny
that.
had a problem? He used to cramp. I mean, the adrenaline was so intense.
Right.
After every game, he used to like fall up with cramps.
Who KJ?
So traveling, I
So
used to
everything.
go and buy glucose powder and mix it with water so you could drink.
Yeah, well, we
You
had
know
that as
that?
a drink too.
Be that a problem every time. Be that riders. Every time he had a ball, his rider
get
would
cut.
cut his
Yeah.
gum and bleed.
I see, excuse me, permit me to say this. You know, I listened to you all talking about how great Benedict's football was and continue to be, yes, no. But you know, I played at senior grade level. And at senior grade level, there were trophies almost every year.
Yeah.
Well, we won
I,
everything.
Steve, you know what
I
I'm talking
played
about.
with you in senior grade.
And some of us, we could not have gotten onto the championship team.
You guys
We
made us
could
beat
not have
Well,
gotten
very
onto
good.
that
Yeah.
team
Including
at
me.
all.
Including
yeah,
this
yeah.
one. Okay.
Because with
You have
fancy
somebody ever get
Crapo
injured.
you remember fancy
Somebody
Crapo?
have to get injured.
Moving Phillips saving.
Yeah.
And the senior grade
you're
went
right, you're right.
unbeaten,
Yes,
no goals
yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole
Team.
season. And you had that big strong Indian guy, what's his name?
You're right.
Frankie Kumar.
That's right.
Right.
So when you all talking about, you know, I mean, the
Championship
championship team,
The senior
and
grade
talking
was
about
there.
some of all your experiences, I might not be saying anything, but when you talk about the senior grade level, trophies like
Yeah, it's true.
Because
So
we
that
win
was- that
everything.
told
we
you-
had a lower level team
that
with
told
Brewster
you how
and Jagger,
strong
Yeah.
the
Keaton
team,
Grell,
the team
the
was.
junior team.
Yes.
Steve, I think you probably play on that team too. Leo Brewster and all them guys
Yes.
in the junior team because he won everything.
Let me explain to my
Championship,
viewers.
senior grade,
Viewers, the senior grade and the junior team,
We won everything.
we won everything.
Unbeaten.
There was nothing
Every
that
year we won
year.
Everything, yeah.
So it's
So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
told you how great the
We had-
the
we had,
championship team was. Yes.
But going back to the Dum, I remember when this regiment, when we played regiment,
Right.
championing, we didn't only play regiment. We played the champion SFL.
Right.
Oh, yes,
Dum
we played
decided to play
Shell.
all the champions.
Yes, we
Yes.
played Shell and
These
beat them
real
1-0.
champs, let's
Right.
see, Benedict, you the real
Right.
champ,
We beat
all the champs.
we beat
For the
Shell
Spain
1-0
league
in
champ,
Faizabad.
Yeah.
regiment, they get hurt.
Yes.
Shell,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
get
beat
hurt.
them. Yeah.
BP
Well, they
Faizabad.
make match with the coach, Doyle Griffith.
Right, yeah.
Doyle coaching Dick, and Dick hit Doyle a bruise.
bite them.
Bite him.
Anyway, tell me what you
listen,
remember
and
about
listen,
that
man,
game. When we
it
played
was
Shell.
so kind of ridiculous. When after I was saying, no, Coach Dick, you know. But Dick said, this in Hano,
No friend.
No
you got no
friend.
friend here, buddy. You know, this is how we going down. And SAFA champion get hurt.
Right.
Northern League, or what they call it,
Everybody.
NFL champion, they get hurt. So we were the real, true champion at Trinidad.
But,
But
yeah,
and
what?
smart psychology again.
Hey,
Dum
Steve,
Basel say, hey, you
This
real
team
champion.
chemistry was so good. You guys used to travel with Douglas,
Yeah.
taxi.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after they done bring the bus, Franklin driving, we going down to Point and the bus broke down. Kenny and some other guys jump in Douglas taxi and gone. When we reach down Point and they pick
Oh,
the team,
boy.
Bruna say, I don't know you guys.
Oh,
You
yeah.
didn't stay with my team. My team stay and push the bus.
That was
Down in
crazy.
Point, Kenny didn't start. Dick didn't start.
Three of us. I
Yes.
think three of us.
And-
Billy,
and
I
Leroy.
can't remember Leroy. I
He
think
said,
it
nah,
is.
he said,
That
I
was
don't
the
know you
discipline.
guys. You didn't come
Oh,
with
yeah,
us."
that was the
Yes.
kind of discipline.
Yes,
to
On
be
the
honest,
creek.
huh?
Yes,
The
that
bus
was a-
shut
yes.
down the creek.
Because
And
they
they
broke
stop us.
protocol,
So we
you
go on
know.
and tell them now in Point, we come in. Don't
yeah.
think nothing, the bus coming. No big deal. So I'm happy that we reached down there to know we coming. Man call the team and leave out and say, hey, you leave the team. So here what? Bench.
Yep.
Yeah, the
But you know in the
stadium.
end what happened?
Right.
Here what the Point people is saying.
They want to see.
Because it gave you 15 or 20 minutes, the last 15 or 20 minutes,
They
until
called
we come
for
and
it.
score some goals, right?
Yeah.
Hey, that Brenner real good boy. He have a nice plan. He just put them fellas first and then let go the lion after. It's drop, we get bench.
You know,
One thing I remember in Benedict's, when we were training, we really train as professional. I remember coaching teams, or play with teams, and man bowling, I go light on our man, I go light. It wasn't so with Benedict's.
No,
I
no,
going
no.
hard at
All
Dilly.
the time.
I going
all-
hard at Archie.
all you know.
Archie can't pass me. Dilly getting hers.
Yep.
So I know, and they know that I'm in the defense. Nobody is in pass because nobody in better than Archie and Dilly. And if they getting hers with me, them fellas in passing me. And I know the trouble that they giving me, no other defense giving them that kind of trouble. So I always had confidence in my forwards,
Right.
and they had confidence in the
But
defense.
coming
And
back to the
this
dub,
was something,
I remember.
you know.
In a practice session, I used to let the ball pass and then fly to grab it.
I remember you did that.
And when I fly to grab it, I turn around and hit my face on the post. Bang!
Remember that?
And mash up my whole right side and my face. The dumb, let me go home for that weekend. He went to Kuhn House drugstore in San Fernando and brought some camphorated oil or whatever to rub my face. And took me home, bring a Chinese bar and lunch, all the way down by my uncle. But seriously, though, that is how he cherishes
I'm
players.
telling you.
I'm serious, man. We didn't have to buy anything. All we had to do was just to keep that brotherly love that we had, keep
And
that
we did that.
chemistry, and that is what we did.
As we talk about transport just now, and the bus which Franklin drove,
Right.
I remember that we were going to Port of Spain and going to Dundonald. We were headed to
Yeah,
Dundonald
Dundonald.
Hotel or
Right, Dundonald
to spend
Hotel.
the,
Yeah, Dundonald,
to spend the day
Brazilian
before. But
hotel.
incidentally, Steve, when we had to come and play a game over the weekend or anytime we had to play a game, we would have to come in school as usual. At the same time we come into to school for 7:30 or 8, come and have breakfast with the Dum, and that's how we started. Incidentally, this day we were going to Port of Spain to play this game with the bus, and the bus broke down in McBean stretch. Boy, how are we going to get to Port of Spain now? Within half an hour, there were about 5 to 7 cars waiting, lining up, seeing us there. With the vehicle broken down, stopping and offering
All right.
a ride. The Dum said, okay, we are not going to leave anyone behind. We waited until we got about 7 cars to take people going about their own business and saw us
Stop.
with this broken down vehicle and decided to take us all to Port of Spain. I say that because of the kind of goodwill and the kind of support Dum Basel Matthew had out there, And of course, we are accustomed to the bus breaking down anyhow, so Franklin came up with the bus afterwards. But just, those are the kind of things that, I think the Dum would have got.
Not only
support
that, that was a bus that Dum begged somebody for, right?
Yes, Texaco would have given
Right.
it to him.
painted
And
in
from
green
that,
and yellow.
I, watching that as a school team, leaving San Fernando early in the morning, going town or spend the night, and then when my national team had to travel from Palaseco to play
Forest is
an important game like a World Cup final.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. So I said, well, these people don't have no foresight.
But
So Dum Basel was way above.
But we had more clout than the national team.
Than the national
Because you had to give your socks back, give back your jersey, you couldn't exchange stuff. And we got, from Benedict's being a Catholic school, Brazil being a Catholic country, we were subsidized by Brazil. That's why we play in green and yellow. We had balls. when teams had one ball, we had 36 balls. So when we run out, everybody had a ball.
Oh, yes, everybody had a-
used to juggle and intimidate people
On their own,
because
on their
of
own.
our presence. We were professionals
Before.
from
you,
still.
you remember Pele Hall?
Yes.
When Dum came back from Brazil,
Right.
they give him money to build this Pele Hall.
Right.
And when I started teaching at St. Benedict's and they broke it down, they broke my heart. But I didn't say anything, you know, because like it was like going against, you know. Pele Hall went. And that was it.
John, not cutting across you now. My daughter teaches at St. Benedict's College.
At this time?
Yes, Reggie called me. Tears was in his eyes, but I can't believe your daughter teaching. She teaches English literature. My two sons went to St.
I
Benedict's
told
College.
them, yeah.
Alan and Art.
They play any football, Alan?
Yeah,
I mean, they played, but them guys.
They played. One
No,
was a
but they are
goalkeeper.
smart.
Oh,
Not at the
One was a
same
goalkeeper.
level.
Right.
Father.
Yeah. One was a goalkeeper, I guess.
They were
father.
smart.
That's
They
what-
were smart.
Not at the same level.
Academics was key.
Yeah.
And they did pretty good because one is a superintendent down in LNG and the next one is a tool
Very
pusher
good.
with
His
President
little son
offshore.
was my coach's school.
But the
also.
biggest thing is that my daughter cares about St. Benedict's College. And last week I had to give a guy a lecture and let them know that the main buildings in Austin and Pele Hall, and let them know that this snacket, Franklin Barker, instrumented everything. We ate Miss Huggins. Remember you see it in the lunchroom? We have to make mention of the people that kept us healthy.
Oh, yes.
We used to get $5 a goal, so we had incentive to beat people.
Yep.
And plus the whole Laramie community used to contribute.
We made something out of
With
them.
their own paraphernalia and
Yes,
so on.
and
They'll have
everything
their
else.
We put Malamin on the map.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
They love us.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Checking out a little thing about Dum. I remember, I think I want to be the national team. It could be South too, but it may be the national team. After a game, right? We won the game or something like that in the Oval and the Carriers in TFA headquarters, right? I think Eric Jean was the man at that
Yeah,
time.
he was his secretary.
And Dum came after and just said, you come. When you watch what they give you to eat, you know what I mean, with sandwich or hot dog and thing, and took us in a restaurant. And I don't know as Independence Square at that time.
Wherever
you
you
know, this
can,
kind of
yeah.
take out a restaurant there. And we had everything anything that you wanted to eat, you could have. Just call for what you want. But funny enough, Laga asked for a banana solo. I'll never tell you that.
But accustomed to that because Eric James used to give you a juicy, juicy, the Bible tells
And more
us.
than, more than that, John, when they gave you they will come in the dressing room and they this big case of thing and straight into the
Right.
room.
I
So you still changing and bathing and thing. And you know, as we're talking, you know, I remember in the middle of all this positiveness, I don't know if we all are aware here that the Commons was put for sale at one time. When I
Yes,
and
yes, I heard that.
yes,
Yeah, it's true.
sometime in 1983, when in all this football talk, we talking all this positiveness and so on. I am playing cricket sometime in early '83, and a guy approached me and showed me a document where he, as an agent, you know, had this authority to sell the Commons. Showed me a document. I said, I couldn't believe that. At the same time, coinciding with that was that they stopped sports at the school. And this was under the era of Edwin Keynes. So that when I saw that, I made some phone calls and brought some Benedict's old boys together and we started meeting at Nafrima Club, where Stanford Daniel was the manager there. And this thing came to us and so on about the selling of the ground and no sports at the school.
Is it sold or is it still
Yes.
of the thing?
So that we decided that you know, we must do something. Coming out of that, I was elected secretary of the Pastoral Association, and John Bosco Riley, with people like Byron Prasad and Weeks and so on. We formed the executive of the Old Boys then, and one of our first responsibility was to find and get an audience with Anthony Panton, Archbishop. And Mr. Riley and myself went and met with Anthony Panton, who was the man in charge at that time. And we told him of the news that came to us, you know, and we said that we understand as well that ground was given us a gift, you know, and that cannot be sold.
Can be sold.
As a result of that, well, that was it, and nothing happened. But I'm just saying, you know, this time that
Well,
when we are talking about all the success.
I happened to be teaching at the time at St. Benedict's when that happened.
When that happened.
And Keynes, deceased, he came to the staff room and he said that Benedict's College grounds was now thing. These guys like the Soti and guys were going to sell it. And I was the one who blew the whistle.
Oh.
And I got penalized for that, man. I know I got it. They gave it to me good because I was the one who broke the news to the old boys. And it so happened that Dum Basel had returned to the country and they had the meetings, used to have the meeting up in like PSA.
Yeah, PSA.
And I got blows for that because, you know, I shouldn't have said anything. You know, I should have kept my mouth shut.
Right.
And that was one of the things that Dum begged for.
Yes.
Ground, all this thing.
I couldn't shut my mouth.
Man build that.
So
all right,
I had to.
Let's talk about, we won the intercol in, we lost the intercol in 74, right? We lose to St. Mary's 2-1.
2-1.
In St. Mary's ground. So now 75 came and we were playing Fatima in Skinner Park. We won that.
2-1.
Oh boy.
We won that what? 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
And any memorable moments from that?
Oh,
so
yeah.
because
Well,
other than the stand breaking down.
Well, I can tell you.
Gee.
We had a guy in our class. His father was a referee, right? And I understood that. He scored 2 goals.
Yep.
They said offside.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, after the game, we heard that Digoville had paid money.
Yeah,
He had bet against us as a referee.
You heard that?
We scored 2 on that game.
He scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
He equalized twice,
Yeah.
and they said no goal. You understand? And who scored the goal for? You equalized first after.
But I scored one was equalized and you scored the second.
I give him the pass.
Yeah.
The winning goal.
Yeah.
I give him the pass for the winning
So I
goal.
scored before and
Bruna
they disallowed.
John Marcasio numero 7.
Yeah.
And as John was
Who was
talking
number 7?
about John making it pass.
Dupre?
No.
Gali?
Gali was on the right side.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, Gallo's man, the bad man.
John did pass the ball to me, and I remembered taking the ball and going forward. It is the first time I've seen so much space on the field and nobody here. So I realized that I was traveling with the ball and nobody near to me. And when I reached a certain distance, I remember Wouter said, on any wet day, once you hit that ball and it goes between that on the ground, it's problem.
Yes.
You understand?
That was a nice
And
strike.
that's
I said, boy, nah, this is
That
it.
was
boy."
a nice strike.
And I let go from there, you
was the
understand?
first.
And you know, the thing about it was, I started celebrating even before the ball hit the back of it because I just caught it well.
Yeah, it was
and
nice.
you understand? And the next thing I knew, I heard some crashing noise on the other side of the stand broke down. And the other thing that I remembered about that was, before any of my guys could come to me to congratulate me, a host of people from off the field came and boy, I was under a pile of people.
Yep.
And the next thing I knew, I got up from there, and as I got up, my hand, I felt something, man. I opened my hand. I see my hand full of dollars and mud, you understand? So
He said, John, look.
I said, John, look what I'm
Hey, no, but Adrian had
That
to score
took
that goal. Did you see Adrian calves? I'm serious, man. He had some calves.
Yeah, he did.
If you
He
cut
was
them
good.
calves, they wouldn't bleed it.
Listen.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
you wanna you
Well,
getting it?
no, say what you have to say.
But no, I thought the same game we talking about now.
Yeah.
You talk about Digoville. When I scored that goal to equalize, and they disallowed, it's about 5 people ran out. But this special guy had a knife. I was going up to Digoville, right?
Or
and I,
supporter?
yes.
Supporter.
I was going up to Digoville and talking about I said, hey, no, don't do nothing. We can still win. And they had to. Well, then the crowd, police, and they was trying to get people out and things. But I remember this big, strong guy was going. And the same thing happened to you, happened to me. When they lift me off the field, coming off the game, I see money on my,
Right.
I see money on there,
Hey.
and I want them to lift my hand. I want my money.
Did you guys remember the 10-1 drubbing
Of
of
press.
press?
Yeah.
But wait, that was in
That was
75?
the semi-finals.
Okay.
Because Napa
Oh, the
was not
semi-final.
presentation.
Okay.
And then presentation had to play Benedicts. So we give them 10-1. But here what they do. Benedicts players had the fanatic, real fanatics. Iron, they said no iron in intercol. Everybody went San Fernando and bought a sandwich loaf. Cut it and stick the iron inside the bread. Put presentation out the stands and overtake that stand. So they all, I mean, they just throw everybody from press out.
Yeah.
Police say no iron. And after that, everybody coming in this game with sandwich loaf. They say, well, what's going on? Iron.
Hey, Alan, I heard about that 10-1, but you didn't mention
The bread?
no, that one goal. Who scored you that one goal?
I think it was Monty Basil.
Monty
was good.
Monty
The
Yes.
Dum even took him. He went to Suriname.
Yeah, he went to Suriname. That's
His
right.
car. He had a Vauxhall. They had a Vauxhall 101.
Oh, yeah.
And I say, you only get them a Vauxhall. Boy.
Yeah.
We're talking about, yes, this match. What about the game that we lost? The Dum was so passionate about this football.
You mean
You remember
74?
time the match that we lost, we went up in the bus, we were provided with buses and so on, and we lost that game. We don't say, what? I think we went up by the Brazil, and he said, what, we lost that game? Well, to find out yourself, we had to go by the how do you call it, the taxi stand and get cars to go. We had to find our own way because he was so passionate with we play.
Well, he will remember that was his
No.
memory.
I was scared.
No.
You know,
We
we
lost
are
that
talking
match.
about.
I know.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
And after we lost that
we
match,
didn't have the bus then.
we went up in the
You
bus.
talk about 74?
Was
Not
it
74,
74?
64.
I mean, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, that
64?
wasn't. No, that wasn't 64.
Okay, but 64 is the year we lost.
Yeah,
And then
65.
65 we win,
65 we won,
66 we win,
66,
67 we win,
right.
and 68 we lose
But
again.
what I'm talking about, being the passionate part of the Dum was like, we was not supposed to lose.
Already,
Well, the Dum never
Yes.
wanted to lose any.
I didn't
game,
play on that
yes.
game. I think Tate
You know,
played on my.
But he was-
I was injured.
Yeah.
He was
From
doing
college
vicious
league.
like that.
College
No, I
league,
didn't think
yeah.
it would take. I wasn't.
I remember we
was
losing
not
to
You know,
the-
so much positiveness is being said about the Dum.
Yes, that was-
and rightfully so. And you know, to date, the Dum has not been honored. You understand, for the contribution he would have made
Right.
to Trinidad and Tobago. And of course, there must be a reason why that is so. Of course, we know about the debates he had with Eric Williams long before our time and so on and that kind of. But I don't know if
Let's
a
not,
lot of us know.
yeah, but no, let's not get into that because those negative things, the Dum wouldn't have cared about that. Dum doesn't want the
Yeah,
people
that was like, you know.
to give him anything.
All
He
right.
just want to do. So we want to give back to Dum Basel and people who didn't care, forget them. That's their problem. We're not gonna
I'm
talk
seeing-
about it.
I'm
Bad things
seeing-
like that.
And
They
I
should
see
have
him
given back.
every day. Because I have an album
Hmm.
with him in his long white gown with his hands on the inside.
Right.
And I can remember, man, he used to sleep, dream, breathe football. He would come down and just focus like this and come up with something. 2 o'clock in the morning, he would come down in the commons to make sure everybody in there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you fellas from Point remember when the bus, the public bus had crashed or something like that. When you all were going home. I live in San Fernando and this is what I was told. And the Dum came to every point man and said, you lost a chemistry book, you lost a physics book, you lost everybody who didn't have book got books
Yeah.
because of that crash.
Okay.
I don't know if you all remember that.
I think I
I was told that by, you know,
Sure.
Let's go into 65. We won intercol. Who did we beat in 65?
Fatima.
No.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
It's
66, sorry.
66 was
Let's go 66.
QRC.
QRC.
It was like
Okay.
we played QRC, and the first game it was rain out,
Yeah, it rained out, right.
right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I had a friend who was coming, they got a crash and she got a big cut over her eyes.
Right.
They stopped the game. I kick a ball from here
Yeah,
to
but there I
there,
didn't move.
and they
Didn't
blow
move,
off the
right.
game. Then we came back after that. 5 minutes before full time, QRC leading us 1-0.
Right.
And I just see people jump up behind Benedict's goal and the flag. I say, what, we equalized? I didn't even see how we equalized. I tell you the truth, because like I was getting kind of
Yeah,
like,
he had this big strong guy in the room.
and we went in the extra time.
And Jerry, no.
They get 3. Archie, hoop,
pick it up and
Oh.
half volley.
3 they got in the second half, in that space of time, right? And that is what I remember. But one guy I always remember from KRC, I met him in the States a couple of years ago, Brian Knight.
Right.
Oh,
He was an opportunist,
Right.
but he had a left foot. He used to always string up my goalkeeper.
Right.
That man always used to score on me.
KRC, they were our brothers in the north, you know.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying there before? They admired us so much.
Yes,
When we go
yes,
to play them,
yes.
they would be in the dressing room. Where did you guys get these boots? You know what I mean? And up to today, Selby Brown, real brother. See what I'm saying there? So the rivalry went on, but we still were brothers in college football.
Tony Martin, all these guys were all.
Alan, when you
What's
went
the
to
that for?
Suriname,
Ellis,
the Dum
Vernon,
took
yeah.
some of
Yeah.
your
Vernon,
guys,
Vernon
Jackson
myself,
and them
yes,
along
he
with
took
us.
senior national team.
Hold on, Adri. Roger Dupree with us.
Dupree.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Pleasant people.
and Monty Bazzi and Wayne Jackson.
Jackson.
Not Jackson, Jackman.
Jackman, yes.
Jackson
Yeah,
went with us.
The red man, Wayne Jackman.
Oh, you
Went
talking
to
about,
Suriname,
wait,
yeah,
wait,
you
wait,
went to
let me viewers know what you're talking about. We talking about Suriname, we went
We went to Suriname.
Yes.
And we done
And we
invited
jumped
them.
three guys.
Right, the three
Wayne
guys
Jackson
from
was there too,
Yeah.
from Fatima. Wayne Jackson.
Jackson's the name.
Yeah,
Right,
Wayne
right,
Jackson.
right. Anyhow.
Tall red
And
guy.
your neighbor,
All red
your
guy.
neighbor,
Yeah,
took
he
us
went to
Yeah,
Montfort
Monty
University
Basil.
after.
Monty and
I met
Roger
him there when we were playing professional.
All right, I want to go to 67, Heinz. Did you play in that
No, I did
67
not,
team?
no.
That was my team that
No, I did not.
I was on.
Well, I
You
can
didn't play
say
that?
I can say something about it.
Huh?
When I
Okay, so we wouldn't
when-
You were
discuss
here?
67,
You were here?
when I returned
wanted
home,
to-
I returned home from playing professional, right? And I used to go down to the ground and help whoever the coach was. I don't know who, I can't remember.
In 67?
In 67, I used to come down to the ground, help
I
those
don't know, Kenny,
guys.
we didn't know that time.
Right?
We were there.
No, you guys
Right?
were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
were
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember the night before the game, it still have me like Garnet Harris, who was in 6'2", in
Right.
KRC,
Right.
right? They were still there. I went to a fete down in Philippines, and almost the whole of KRC was there. I said, what? Them can't beat Benedict's. Benedict's men sleeping. Like Brewster, you,
Right.
Bob Jeffrey, the whole.
Yeah, but I don't think it's QRC
Yeah?
we played. I
Yeah,
think
KRC 3-1.
Cleveland Leonard.
3-1 in the park. Well, I talking about that.
Stephen
67,
Bailey.
3-1.
I
You all
remember.
beat them
that
3-1.
was Belmont Inter.
No,
That was
KRC.
QRC?
KRC, yeah.
Okay, all right.
3-1,
KRC,
Bob
KRC.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
QRC.
Right,
Yeah,
Bob Jeffrey
yeah,
was
Bob was
there.
right.
And
I
I
didn't
remember,
see him, I know
but
Bob
when I
Jeffrey.
came into the ground, Archie and Dilly were on the bench. But they never come and give no input. So I say, see me, I ain't going out there. I stay under the white stand. A guy asked me, what happened? I said, he said, what do you think with the score? I said 3-1.
So who was his coach
And that
at
was his
time?
school.
Who was the coach?
I can't remember who was coaching
The-
the team.
It's
at the
either
time.
coach?
not Hackett,
Charlo.
Charlo.
Charlo. Yeah,
Delbert
Delbert
Charlo.
Charlo.
Right, right.
Yeah. I remember that good.
All right. Again, we're running out of time, so I want to speed this up a little bit. National players from St. Benedict's. You guys can name, we had maybe 20 players who went through the national team in this period I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Probably everybody, most of us here, and Archie and Dilly, and we also had two coaches, KJ and
Isa.
Mohamed Isa.
And Mohamed Issa.
Anthony Christopher.
Yeah, Anthony
Anthony
Christopher.
Christopher. That's how I know him.
So, I mean, we had a lot that came out of this era, this 4-year, we're talking 8-year, but this segment is of the 4-year era from 64 to 68. And we have a lot to be thankful for.
But what surprises me is that when I came home and these guys were there, only one of us, like take for instance, Kenny Joseph was a coach, national coach. He was with the army, Issa, but they never utilized nobody else, you know. And it was kind of like shocking to me why,
Like
you
who?
know,
Like whom? Who was there?
you
Who
know,
was available?
I was available. It have guys who were available there, who was here, you know, like who played Archie,
You
Dilly,
need to do what? To
you know,
coach?
to help
Yeah,
in
help in
coaching,
any-
you know.
in any-
They
in
never
any-
did.
in any
To
way.
build the football, they never did
I
that.
didn't think it was up to Kenny to really bring people.
No, I
think it
never
was
say
his-
him.
No, I think he
The
I think he
administrators
All
didn't
right.
do that.
We have 5 minutes, guys. So I'll give each of you guys a minute to say what that means to you or what he's done for you career-wise or whatever passion you have to lay it out so our viewers can know about it. Start with you. I mean, you get to
Well,
talk the lead.
What I say is because Dom had a vision, that vision went and imparted to me that I would have been able to take myself forward, right, in life to be a better person, right? And to me, that mark will always remain with me, and I will always remember Dom to the contribution that he has made to my life, right? So that I will be able to, you know, I mean, my future will always be remembered with Dom being part of that. And I am thankful for him just to be remembered and remember him always, right? And I would like to add that the community of, well, this is a little, by the way, the community of Laramie, I live in Laramie, has always will have fond memories of the Dom and the role that he played in our lives, right, to make us what we are.
What about a player who went on to glory beyond that you know that is passed on? Anybody?
Yes, I will say Vernon
Okay,
Vernon Hayes.
KJ,
Yeah.
Yeah,
what Dom meant to you, buddy?
everything. All my achievements, whether it's coaching, playing with national team, anything with football, Dom is the one that I'm saying. I mean, besides having a natural ability, that drive, that motivation, you know, that is Dum Basel. It and nobody else is one man, Dum Basel.
You want to pay respect to somebody who passed on?
Yeah, well, my brother, Uvin Joseph.
Irvin Joseph. All right, Jan. what
Dum
Dom meant to you,
Basel,
buddy?
Yeah, brother.
he meant everything to me. He gave me the opportunity to be the person I am today. And I am grateful for that. I turned professional football. When I turned professional football, 3 of us, he came to New York to make sure that everything was going right with us. And I can't forget that. And it's through him, through us, things started happening to him in St. Barry's, because when he left, then things started happening against him. So we were part of that because he was like our mentor and everything to us. And I will always never forget.
Pay respect to somebody who
And
passed on.
respect.
Anybody? Your brother?
My brother,
Your
Lano
brother.
and Reginald,
All right.
2 brothers.
Adrian.
I would initially say that I had the privilege
1 minute.
to see Dum Basel in his true glory early St. Benedict's Day, because he walked through Laramie and he interacted with the people there. So I had that privilege, and he would have done so much for me as well after that I remember him forever. The person I would like to remember most at this time is August Wuta.
August Wuta. Thank you. Alan. what is-
Well, America was the last thing on my mind. I live in America. The only how I got to America because Dom came and recruited me to come to St. Benedict's College. That is my whole life, because this was the foundation, St. Benedict's College, Dum Basel Matthews. And I owe everything to him, and my kids owe everything to him. Person I want to remember, or persons, Dada Anthony Regis, Bobby Grant, Robert Grant, Mikey Hackett, Jerry Hackett, all Hackshaw, all these guys were footballers just like us in the college, and may God rest their soul. Last but not least, August Wuta. I was there in DC to say a couple words on his behalf. Reggie, Renrick, and I were the only 2 Benedict's guys there. And God rest his soul, and God rest their souls.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for being here so much. I really appreciate you. I'm glad to be the camaraderie again and to be part. Dum Basel Matthew, thank you so much, Father, for all your blessings and everything you have given us. And the road you have paved before us, we really appreciate you. For the students coming behind, keep the faith and keep this going, because we need it. To my viewers, thank you, viewers, for again tuning in and looking at the show. Thank you, Access Television Network, for giving us the opportunity. Drop us a line. We have a Facebook page, and we do have an email address, fieldofdreamstt@gmail.com. I want to thank you so much, fellas, for being here again. The way we're going to play our football today, we're going to win the hearts of the public in every way. Trouble in the place, when the trouble comes in the place,
One in this corner, one in that corner.
All right. All right, the show's ended. Go in peace. See you next time.